Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the best attackers to use. I'm recording this video basically around the beginning of March, so this video will be going up before Foot Birthday, but we do have Team of the Year cards in the game. We have like a lot of updated players, right? I made a couple best players in each position video this year, but I figured, you know what, I would break it down now into like a couple positions now that we're getting further along in the year, and we're going to have so many different types of players, so many more cards in the game that I think if I did a best players in each position video, it would probably be like 60 minutes long. My last one was like 40 minutes. So if you do enjoy the video, drop a thumbs up. And just for, I guess, some sort of warrant to you guys for you to understand what my perspective is, because it's important, right? There's going to be some cards that I think aren't that good because of the, I guess, the division that I'm playing in. So I am in the Elite Division. And I have played this year a lot of games. I've played like 1,400 games. That's my record right there. And so I guess that's important to this video because there's going to be some players that I have tried out that I just didn't really like because they just weren't usable towards the top tier teams and the top tier players in this FIFA. So without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to start right now with probably the most obvious one, but we're going to go with Mbappe, right? And I think Mbappe is the best general attacker in this game still. Even his gold card, I mean, we're going to see Mbappe's gold card be basically probably the most usable gold card we've had since Cristiano Ronaldo in FIFA 19. You know, this card is just insane. I actually got lucky to get this card like a month or 2 months ago, and I've already played a ridiculous amount of games with him because he is that good. You could go with the gold card. The headliners is also crazy. The team of the year is crazy. All you got to know is that Mbappe is the guy. Mbappe is just that ridiculous in this game. He's truly, truly sensational. What a player Mbappe is still in this game. I mean, he's still just absolutely top tier. You know, just wild good is kind of the way that I would describe Mbappe in this game. We have had recently a couple really nice player of the month and flashback items. Griezmann for me, you know, in terms of attackers, I'm talking wingers. I'm talking pretty much like center forward cams. The super attacking cams and strikers, right? And so, like, for me, Griezmann is really good because Griezmann can play so many positions. So I do really like this card. This card is actually only out right now for like a couple of days. But I am a huge fan of Antoine Griezmann in this game. I think that, you know, he's definitely in the category of the better attackers, especially considering the price. Left stick dribbling, finesse shots, outside foot shot. You know, this guy can really do it all. I like that you can use a lot of different chem styles on him to boost kind of what you want to boost with him, depending on the position that you're interested in with Griezmann. So I do want to point him out in the team. And we also just had another recent player of the month that, you know, I think is a really good card, and that's going to be Ben Yedder. I should actually have two versions of Ben Yedder in my club because I got his signature stars or series signings card during that promo, and then he just got a player of the month card who I haven't used as much, but the reason Ben Yedder is still so good is that with the game's meta right now being so iso ball, especially on next gen, if you get the ball to this guy in the box, he's just unbelievable because he got the 5-star weak foot and he's got incredible shooting on both feet. So it really works out that Ben Yedder, he just is able to do it so well on both feet in the box. So Ben Yedder, for me, definitely making this video. Messi is probably the other one that I would talk about. Messi is incredible in this game. His finesse shots, specifically right now, the most consistent shot is the outside foot long shot. And he has that, and he's just an incredible long shot taker in this game. Messi pretty much has the best shooting overall in the game. Any version of Messi is really good. Even the gold is still very good, which is, you know, right now really affordable. I think gold Messi is like 200K. Yeah, gold Messi is 225K. So very good still at this point of the year. Very good finishing, very good speed boost. I mean, if you learn, you guys should try to learn how to do the speed boost with attackers, which is holding L1 and then releasing it and clicking the sprint button in the final third, because a player like Messi with the left stick dribbling, and then obviously, you know, his team of the year is broken. I'm gonna get around to trying his team of the year soon, but his team of the year is really good because he gets the extra strength boost and the actual pace boost. It's just insane with Messi team of the year. So Messi for me, definitely making this video. I think Flashback Neymar is extremely good on PS4. I think he's okay on PS5. But he is definitely in the video for sure. But generally, the wild card is the best version. I mean, Neymar's wild card is actually a joke. The 5-star, and, you know, the clinical finishing. Neymar's wild card is just a joke because of the 5-5. For me, that's the best version of Neymar. So Neymar is most definitely gonna make this video. There's no way I couldn't include him in the video. We're gonna also mention some icons today as well, guys. Don't worry, we're gonna talk about some icons. I want to point out that I think Team of the Year Lewandowski is very good. Obviously, you got to play a little bit more of a certain style with him because he's a bit taller. But this card is very, very good. He's an auto shooter. His left stick is really good. His positioning is really good. So definitely, you know, I don't know if I'd put him on like the meta tier that Mbappe's on, but Lewandowski Team of the Year is very, very good to use, in my opinion, still in this game. I still think he's really, really, really solid. Speaking of other players, I just tried Riyad Mahrez. So for me, like, Mahrez is definitely in this category now too. He's more of a winger / cam, but with upgrades, he's gonna start to become one of the better attackers in this FIFA. Crazy agile dribbling, long shot taker trait, and the finesse shot trait. So Mahrez is gonna be special with continued upgrades. I think for me, it's got to be this one. If you're gonna go with Mahrez, it's got to be this right wing version. But very nice card. That's for sure. And I'm trying to speed run through here, guys, because there's just so many players to talk about. I really haven't tried Sadio Mane much. I haven't heard too much about him, but if it's anything to go off, Freeze Mane from a year ago and his Team of the Year card, I think from 2 years ago, were both really good. Out wide, or as like a get in behind through ball striker. So I do really think that this card is probably going to be in the category of some of the most effective and the top tier strikers in the game. I think for me, I'd be really surprised if he wasn't. Yeah, I mean, he's got good passing, great shooting. He's got a really nice all around card. So I think for me, definitely in this sort of kind of elite tier category of players. Vinny Jr. is definitely in there as well. I think his best version right now is the player of the his best version is the headliners. But if you were able to do the player of the month, that's also great. I've got 487 games on mine. You could also use the, in my eyes, you could use the second inform. I still think the 85 is really good. I think for me, Vinny is probably a wide player up until you get to the player of the month, where then the shooting becomes a bit better. Even the team of the group stage, and in that case, you could start to consider playing those as more of a get-in-behind striker. I think that's where you have, you know, the argument for those versions, you know, potentially to use the get-in-behind striker versions. So that's that. Vinny Jr. there. Somebody that I wanted to mention that I still think is really good as a wide player is Gelson Martens. I still think that this signature signings, Gelson Martens, is ridiculous. I don't use him as much, but I have been playing against some people that do use him, and he is special, man. He is really good on the wing. So definitely just on the wing for him, but still a very good player. Another Team of the Year card. Look, I think Cristiano Ronaldo is not good until you get to the Team of the Year. So I really don't think that any of these versions are good anymore or in the category of the best attackers. I think they're too slow. I think they're just too clunky. But Team of the Year, which is 5.3 mil, is you know, definitely in the category for being a best attacker per se in the game. That's for sure. I think Federico Quiesa is definitely for me a really strong mention from the honorable mentions promo. I think this guy is really good in game. You know, speaking of the Serie A passion and players that are really good at the Serie A, I think he comes with some really nice stats. I mean, you can look at all the important like attacking stats for Chiesa are all 90 plus, and he's 4-4, and you know, he's a bit cheaper because he plays in the Serie A, which is great if you're running that type of team. Di Natale, I'm not really gonna put in here because I think he's starting to become a bit outdated, but I do think he will become really good with whenever the captain's upgrade promo is. Zlatan Ibrahimovic, very good. The game is turning into a little bit more of a crossing heading game. It's not fully there with the meta, but Zlatan can offer you that. He's not all that, but he can definitely offer you that, which makes this card really good in game. Really strong auto shooting, but yeah, really good at heading the ball in the back of the net, which I think is why Ibra should definitely get a mention in this video for that type of purpose. I think he offers that and is really good at that. So for me, definitely going to be in this video for that purpose. He's just very expensive. The thing with Ibra is he's 2.5 mil, which is quite a hefty price to have to pay. Juwal Felix, for me, still in this video. I've never packed him. I did a bunch of those reunion player picks. He's still 600K, But I think he is very good. I really like what this card offers. I think the medium when I tried him wasn't too noticeable. He kind of reminds me of like R9, the way he plays in game, the way he moves, the way he shoots, his dribbling. He does kind of have that R9 type of vibe. So Felix, for me, definitely still in the category of really good players. I mean, guys, I'm not really even trying to stick to a budget right now. I'm just trying to tell you guys, you know, in my eyes, what I feel like are the best players in the game. Somebody that might surprise some of you guys that I think is sensational. He does have 2 freeze cards on the market. I love Kroy. Now, I don't use him a lot now because I have a lot of players, but he is definitely worth a shout, guys, in terms of, you know, somebody that is very effective for the price. I mean, his left stick dribbling is really good. His finishing is really good. I actually took him onto co-op on co-op. You guys know you love when I say that. But I played some Europe 2v2 and on 80 ping, and man, this card was like sensational. You know, for what that was. So I thought he was really good, you know, for that purpose. Now, I'm pulling up to my left because I had another tab on Footpin where I had saved some players to talk about. And now, obviously, any of these cards, guys, that I'm mentioning, any of their, like, previous or other versions, you know, Team of the Year, stuff like that is all going to be relevant as well. I do want to move on to icons in a second. Some people have been asking me what I think about Ferran Torres. I don't think Ferran Torres is a top attacker in the game. I tried him. I don't really consider him in that category. Somebody else that I forgot to mention for the wide position is Sterling. Sterling is very good for the wide position. Either of his cards, you know, I have as player of the month, but his winter wild cards as well. I think, you know, some people do prefer the winter wild cards because he offers you 4-star, which is quite unique. I think that's something that is really good on a card to have. I think it's definitely something that boosts, you know, him in the middle. I still think that this version is better out wide, personally. So yeah, this is a very solid card. My return is not that crazy with him, but you know, 47 assists is a lot, especially playing left to right mid. I think that is a lot to have. So I do really like Raheem the Dream is what I like to call him. Okay, a couple other players that we do have to talk about. Insigne. Now this is another like Serie A cheaper option, but I think the left stick dribbling on Insigne is quite incredible. I was able to use him for about probably like 30 games. Yeah, 30 games, but the return that I got with him was absolutely incredible. So for that price, I thought he was definitely one of the better attackers in the game. Really enjoyed my time using this card, and exactly why, you know, I would recommend him to all of you guys. I think this card, you know, does the job. Definitely does the job, you know, for the price. Another cheaper option also from the Team of the Year nominees is Jonathan David. How could we, you know, not mention him? I personally didn't get along with this card, but this is one of the cards in this FIFA that absolutely destroys me. And it's crazy that he's only 45K, 94 finishing, 90 agility, 86 strength, 96 acceleration, with the 5-star weak foot. I mean, it's just a crazy card for what is offered, and all things price considered, it's pretty crazy how good this card is, you know, for what you're gonna get. I really do believe that. So Jonathan David definitely making the video. Somebody else that's very good in the wide spot, you know, we're now talking a little bit cheaper options here, is Moussa Diaby. He is actually really good. Now the problem with him, some people like his rule breakers, right? I think for the wide player, you're better off going with the Team of the Week, just for the fact that he's going to get an agility boost, and I think the finishing doesn't matter as much on the wing, so I like the Team of the Week just a little bit more. But yeah, he is very good in this game. Moussa Diaby, very solid card. He's got the 4-star skills, the 2-star weak foot, unfortunately, but very good to chuck out wide. All right, icons. Let's talk about some icons. Now, for me, this is a really secret icon this year, Butragueño. He is really good this year, man. I'm telling you right now, if you haven't tried this card, the nice part about Butra is that, you know, he's actually a little bit more affordable than some other players in this FIFA. I think his mid and his baby are quite affordable. His baby's 400K. Passing is the downside. That's why I would go with the mid, being that it's only 100,000 coins more and you're going to get 81 passing. But Butra is very good. It's because he has the 5-star weak foot, and it's because he has lights out finishing plus the finesse shot trait. So he's kind of like the icon Ben Yedder. You just got to get to the box, do a little bit of a left stick, and you've got an open shot. And for me, that's why, you know, he is so good in game. I think he's so good at doing that. That's what makes him like extremely effective. So Butra definitely going in the squad. We're kind of marching and talking about a couple icons now. George Best is crazy. Now, I actually haven't tried George Best's prime, but his mid that SBC that was released, he is so good. His prime is actually only 1.18. Super rare on the market, but George Best is extremely, extremely good this FIFA. Very, very good in-game. So if you get your hands on him, go for it. And I think his Icon Moments card is going to be absolutely, absolutely ridiculous. I think that card is going to be so, so special. R9 this year is really, really good. I like R9 a lot this FIFA. I've been lucky as hell to pack him. I do have this mid R9. The mid, the prime, the moments, they're all going to be crazy. I don't recommend the baby, but R9 is extremely good in this game. You can see the return, 191 goals, 68 assists in 212 games is absolutely something super special in the club for sure. Kroy, and I would say his 91 specifically, 91 and 94, because this one gets, I think, a large shot power boost compared to the baby. Very good card. Very, very, very good card, especially if you are somebody that knows how to skill well in this game. This is a very, very solid card in this game. I think he's one of the most annoying players to play against. So, again, one of those guys where if you could get your hands on him, go for it. I do think he's very, very good. Another icon, and we're kind of coming towards the end. I don't want to be here forever today. Eusebio. Eusebio is definitely another guy that I would talk about. I think the baby, the mid. I don't actually think with Eusebio that the prime is worth it, because the prime has such a higher price tag than the baby and the mid that I actually think the baby and the mid are just good enough. Crazy, crazy player, though. Eusebio is always so special in FIFA, but still very, very, very good in this game. 5-star weak foot capabilities, obviously, why he is so good, but love this card. I think he's very, very good. Definitely looking forward to potentially trying out his moments item. And, you know, in terms of other players, I think, you know, that's probably mainly the ones that I can think of right now. We could go to forwards and look at concepts, and we could talk about some other players. I think Dino is very, very good. Mid and prime, I think Garincha as a wide player is very, very good. Wide specifically. I think Pele is solid, but I don't think Pele's worth the price again this year. I just don't know. I don't think he's totally worth it. I think Maradona is very good. Left stick dribbling on Maradona is good. I think Canton is quite jammy. I think you could make that card work with some nice through balls. I did have a good experience using Stoichkov. I thought he was very, very good with shooting. Specifically shooting, I thought he was great with. I like Salah out wide. I think Salah has some really, really nice shooting traits this year. So I think Salah out wide does do really well. I think if you can get, again, on his outside foot, potentially, or the finesse shot angle, his shots are special in this game. We spoke about Mane. Flashback Benzema is still very good. I think he's kind of slowly fading a little bit. I don't see as many Benzemas and people's teams anymore. I'm just trying to think about other cards that, you know, really give me a problem in this game. And honestly, I can't really think of too many. So we might be rounding towards the end of the video right now. I mean, I did like Bale. I thought his shooting was really good. I don't really play too many Gabriel Jesus / have too many problems against him. Coman is still very good. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that card. Coman is good, and also Ziyech is good. I mean, this SBC came out a little while ago, and yes, he does have a 2-star weak foot, but this card is very passionate, very nice positioning with him. And Kingsley Coman is very good. I think Kingsley Coman is just very expensive, but using Timothy or Lewandowski, this is definitely a go-to attacker in the wide spot. And yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the video right now, guys. I mean, I think that's where we're going to leave it. So these are my best attackers. I think a bunch of players have come along recently, which is nice to see. Mane, Mahrez, Flashback Griezmann, Ben Yedder, Correa, Insigne, Sterling, David, Diaby, Chiesa, right? Like, I think a lot of these guys kind of came into here a little bit recently and gave some more competition for the attacker. So love these players, and thanks for watching the video, guys. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.